We hope to do the planning starting in the spring semester in the summer of this year, and then get construction underway hopefully in the summer of 11, and then they would open probably in the fall of 13. That's a little unknown. The economy's got to get better for us to be able to do this, but we believe that by next summer the planning will be well underway. We've still got to clear out all the buildings that where Mrs. Baird's is, the 7-Eleven, all of those would have to be cleared out. All the duplexes behind Park Cities Plaza would have to be cleared out too. And so there's quite a bit to do, but that's the basic idea. So it's basically slipped a year. We had hoped to have it done a year earlier, but with the recession and everything, if we can keep it on track just to be a year late, that'll be quite good. The lawsuit over University Gardens by these two individuals that are trying to get as much money from the university as possible really has nothing to do with where the library will be sited or its schedule. And so the schedule that was originally announced for the Bush Library is still absolutely in place. November of this year, we will have a major event in which we'll go from the quiet phase to the public phase of the fundraising for the Bush Library. We will also, at that time, the Bush Foundation will make public the design of the library and function. So that'll occur in November, on November the 12th. Then that fundraising will continue. The groundbreaking for the Bush Library will still be November of 10, like was announced earlier, and the opening will still be summer of 13. So the lawsuit is basically about land that would be grounds for the library and also be grounds for 2 new intramural fields for us and to replace the tennis courts that are up on SMU Boulevard now. Those will be put down in the south end of the Bush Library grounds. So all the lawsuit does is maybe slow those down, but they won't slow down the Bush Presidential Library. And it really won't slow down the grounds work either. This is simply an argument about how much money they hope to be able to get. And so it'll get resolved. And so all of the arguments about that are raised by both of them are really just smoke for the issue of they want money. And so that will get resolved hopefully sooner rather than later. There will be another hearing on, I believe, September the 18th, and hopefully it will get resolved at that time. Yeah. Well, I think all of us believe that June Jones and his staff will turn around our football fortunes. I don't believe really there's anybody in America that questions that because he's such an outstanding coach. I think last year, by the end of the season, we were by far and away the youngest team in the country. We had something like 16 or 17 freshmen playing on the first offense and defensive teams. This year, they'll be primarily freshmen and sophomores. So, I agree with him. I think we'll be clearly better this year, and then next year we ought to be pretty good, assuming everybody stays healthy, and that's always a question. But I'm looking forward to the season. It'll be difficult. Conference USA this year really is fairly evenly balanced. I mean, there are a lot of pretty good teams, and so as a result, we could be considerably better and still our record not be as good as we'd hope. But I think everybody knows we'll have more than one win this year and then finish strongly and really look forward to next year. I think you're going to see a lot of excitement this time next year for football here. Doing anything we can to get as many people in the stands for the first game will be good, particularly since it's against Stephen F. Austin. They won't have a large number of fans, so everybody that's there ought to be rooting for SMU. And I think that will be a great beginning. This first-year class, I think everybody that's dealt with them from Mustang Corral to the reading, the faculty doing all the required reading projects on Monday and then convocation, I think we're all impressed with them. They are a very bright group and very interested in the university, and I think it'll be a good start for them to join the sophomores through seniors. So it'll be a good start for the year. It really will be.